Full room here. Huh?
Just coming out of
Yeah,
the
we're
thing.
just,
Yeah.
we're
Come in
just
for the last-
finishing
the
up
last
here.
part. Okay.
Okay, we're out of executive session, 11:22. Could you call a roll?
Commissioner Wagner,
I'm here.
Commissioner Stacy,
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller.
Here.
Okay, we have anything else for the meeting? Did you want to address this?
I don't know if you want me to talk about, I was just doing some research on the picnic that we talked about. I don't know if you want me to talk about that.
It's up to you.
As good a time as any.
Okay, well, here's what I found out. I researched doing a picnic in August, like Fred, you and I talked about, and I got immediate response back from Meadowbrook, and they're willing to do the big shelter for us at a discount half price at $150. Pool passes half price, $2 a piece. Big roll of tickets, and then everybody can go. I just got off the phone a little while ago with Steve Dreyfus from Hedges. Hedges would be my choice because it's more centrally located in the county, and it's not really in anybody's district, so therefore we wouldn't have anybody, everybody would be outside of their district instead of just half the people outside, you know what I mean? So we have to think about that when we're trying to be operational at the same time of having fun. The issue that I have is that with Hedges, they'll donate the shelter, but they can't do anything about the pool because that's run by the YMCA and nobody really talks to each other, and there's a bunch of, so I don't know what it's gonna cost, but the only day they have available in August is August 4th. Okay, that gives us exactly 1 month, and if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna need to consider things like buying some t-shirts or whatever little trinkets that we're gonna do to give away to the volunteers in order to have something to hand them other than a hot dog. You know what I mean? So this thing could go, I'm not trying to make a mountain out of a molehill, but I think if we let it, it could blow away out of proportion. It could become very expensive, or it could be very poorly attended if we don't do something. You know what I mean? So,
Let me ask you, what would the volunteers appreciate from us?
by and large, what I'm hearing from folks now is they're looking for some sort of, I think this is a great start. The appreciation dinner, appreciation picnic is a great start, but I think by and large, they're looking for some sort of monetary reimbursement. I don't want to say salary, that's a bad word. Can't do that.
Stipends.
Yeah.
Similar to what they do at, then they said Attic
I
Fire
think there's
does
a
that.
lot of folks that are looking at what Bascom does and they're
Bascom's
going,
nice.
hey, why are they doing that and we're not doing that? That's the kind of things that I'm seeing. And I wanted to bring it to you. I didn't necessarily need to bring it to you in an open session, but I wanted to bring it to you. I talked to Fred a little bit about it, and I think what we're looking at is if we're gonna do that, we're gonna need to decrease the number of squads we have so that we can make it feasible economically.
The reason for this is more of a stopgap. You know, to go ahead and start decreasing the squads and make it somewhat of some kind of pay, that's a pretty major move. And I understand, I hear you loud and clear, the issues on recruitment. So the thought process is, let's make them feel good. They're volunteers, let's make them feel good. So by God, if it costs us $3,000-4,000 to throw a picnic where the whole family could come in and really, you know, create just a good positive atmosphere, and then and that's for the family. And then in December, do just a recognition dinner where them and their spouse only. And so that's gonna cost another $3,000-4,000. So we're probably talking about an $8,000-10,000 budget to do here. It may, I mean, it certainly is much cheaper than going to a pay squad. And let's try that for a year or two and see how effective that's gonna be to improving the overall atmosphere and attitude and so forth. If that doesn't work, then, boys, we gotta face some real hard facts that we're gonna have to start doing some creative things, and that may be cutting some squads down, saving some money there, and you've kind of given a somewhat of a budget of somewhere around $250,000.
It would
Be able to make some sort of restitution or some sort of
And that's a
compensation.
very ballpark figure, but I think it's
Yeah.
probably pretty close.
And so the hope is cutting 7 down to 5 would save some money that we could use some of, so all that this is here is really just kind of a Band-Aid. See if, it may help us for the next 4, 5, 6 years, may.
But the thing is here's why I'm here, is if we're gonna do this in August, we're gonna have to pull the trigger on it
Yeah.
now, because I gotta get some stuff around. I'm gonna have to go buy the food, I'm gonna have to purchase or order T-shirts, I'm gonna have to get some PR stuff together, you know, banners and party hats, whatever, you know what I mean, it's a party, you have to plan a party. And I'm gonna definitely need to call in some assistance to do that, because one guy can't do that, so. I do have some pretty good assets out there in the volunteer world that are willing to do it, but I gotta let the cat out of the bag in order to let everybody know that it's happening. We gotta advertise it, a lot of things that have to happen.
Ken, let me ask you about the city pool, the Y runs it, have you contacted somebody at the
I
Y?
called, I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody, I think the only, I don't know if anybody's on vacation this week, you know, it's holiday week, I don't know. So
I
I
don't
gotta just
understand,
go out there and see.
the city come up with, they weren't gonna open it
Yeah,
unless they come up with some funds
I don't even.
The Y contracted with the city to run the pool.
Right.
this year.
Yes.
only?
I don't know for how long, but definitely this summer.
But the
For
only
this
other,
summer, yeah.
the 2 days in the August that are available for hedges is August 4th and August 31st. And what Steve told me was that August 31st, pool's gonna be closed, so you won't be able to use it that day. So August 4th is a Sunday, you can have it from 11 to 4 for free. And that's just the barn, which only seats about 120 people.
How many do you think that
I
you would
don't,
get there?
you know, the thing is I'm starting to get mixed feelings about this, but talking to some of the people that I trust that I know haven't let the cat out of the bag just yet. I don't know if this is too little too late, or if maybe there's gonna be people go, well, if you do it out at Meadowbrook, there's gonna be people conceivably thinking that this is the Bascom show, and they're not gonna come from the east side, and I'm like, this
So is any, the
this is
negative,
essentially a nightmare on my part.
the negative is more because of Meadowbrook and not centrally located? It isn't that,
My
well,
thing is-
Jesus, it isn't, that, why don't you just give us the money?
Right.
So that's.
There is some of those things happening too. Why don't you just give us the money?
We get that all the time in
Oh,
our
I'm sure that
business.
you do.
All the time in our business,
I'm sure
but
that
you know
you do.
what, at the end of the day, they really do appreciate those things, like, we're gonna do a mud ends day.
I don't doubt that
Take
they.
everybody to the mud ends game.
Can I throw an idea
Well,
out?
those are some, absolutely,
You said the hedges wasn't gonna charge you for the barn, but you have no clue on the pool.
right.
So could you do it at the public safety building and bring in some bouncy house stuff?
Yeah, there's, I think
I'm
the
just-
pool was the great attractor
Yeah.
in mid-August, but yeah, we could do it at
So
that.
they're gonna close the pool Labor Day weekend?
I know, that didn't make any sense to me.
Not that I don't know that Labor Day weekend's a good weekend, because
No.
yeah, I'm thinking to
Yeah.
have everybody, yeah, I'm not sure that's.
My goal was to have it at Hedges, is it's central. I bring every squad in, everybody's equally distant from their location. Bring them all in. I get Tiffin Fire to come out with their fire truck, raise the ladder up, we take a big overhead shot of all the squads in one area. That way we have some PR posters and pictures that we can put up. We haven't had a picture of all our squads in one spot in probably 10 years.
Do you guys mind if I make a call to the mayor right now?
Absolutely. Doesn't bother me. And really, the thing is I gotta consider the budget.
What'd be cool is if the Y was gonna close the pool after Labor Day weekend, would they? The thing is, you get into that, these kids are already back in school, so I mean, you aren't gonna get the families
August
if you.
31st didn't seem like the right time to.
Hi,
close.
Judy, you
Yeah,
got
they're back
Fred's
in
over
school.
here. Is the mayor in?
Oh, I see.
I mean,
He's
some of
not,
them come to
Fred.
school.
He's expected, he should be here
I know
anytime now. He
that
was
when the
at a
city
meeting.
ran it,
Oh.
they'll keep it open an extra few days.
But I just-
I'm gonna try to get him on a
Before
cell,
the drain
and
days.
if he can
Okay.
either
I gotta
answer
pull
it
the
or
trigger on
not,
this
then,
thing if I'm
okay?
gonna-
Yeah.
Okay, he does not have his city cell with him right now. He left that behind.
So at
And which
Hedges,
cells he got?
the barn's not available, but is there something else out there that
Which one-
would work?
what's the number there?
He said the 31st and the 4th is the only days he has anything available. There was another day that he had stuff available in the evening, which I
Okay,
consider.
if he doesn't get my message,
I'd like to do
have him
like a
call me
noon
when
to
he gets
4
in, if you
type
would, please.
thing, if I
Will
could.
do, okay.
Thanks, Judy.
He said he's got some, the barn is available one other day from like 5 till 11 if we wanted to come out. I don't know.
I guess a major issue that we need to know from the commissioners, are we supportive of that? Are we supportive of if it's a $4,000 or $5,000 budget?
I think I can do it cheaper than that, but I don't know what I'm gonna get into as far as T-shirts and things like that. I don't know.
Well,
Haven't done a cost analysis on that. I know if you buy enough T-shirts, you can get them for about $4, but I don't know what the cost I don't know what the number on that is.
And I like that. It's a way to get everybody to feel together.
They love t-shirts.
Yeah, they do.
I know
They
that
can wear them, and they
It's-
wear them with
It's
pride.
probably at about
More than
5
life.
dozen, you probably start getting that break in the price,
Okay.
which would be 72.
I know at Lifelight we buy, I don't know, last year we bought $20,000 worth of t-shirts. It was a truckload. We give them out to everybody in Ohio, so. And at that, they're about 3 something a piece. And,
At the
but
tone, please record your
I buy
message.
500 t-shirts.
When you are finished recording, you may hang up or
300
press 1
t-shirts.
for more options. To leave a callback number, press
I'm sure there'll
5.
be a price break on it, but still, it's a bunch of t-shirts and.
Hi, Aaron. Hey, you got
So
Fred
this is
here. Could
money
you
that
call me
you
just as soon as you
have
get
in- which is
this?
coming from
We got a
It's
situation,
money
we're
that I
trying
don't have
to
budgeted.
do something with EMS and maybe at the city
I
pool,
run it right to the
and we need
line.
your help on this to help
So I
try
don't
to
know how
keep
you
the
can do
costs
it
down.
this year anyway.
Give me a call, Aaron.
I
Thanks.
don't,
Bye.
I don't,
Between,
the money that I don't have the money to do this. I think that's what we're talking about is, I take my budget right to the line and medical supplies, and I can show you from a cost perspective, over the last 3 years, 5 years, everything has gone up remarkably. The things that have gone down are the things that you don't use much of. Band-Aids are 10 times what they were 5 years ago.
Yeah, is there an objection here? I didn't hear.
no, I just was talking about the cost,
discussing
I
how we
mean, and
can
how that,
check.
said, is that, and he said he doesn't really have it in his budget this year.
No, I think I would
do
have to
it.
come out of general fund, and we have to understand, I thought about this, all of a sudden, now you get the other county departments. I can combat that. These are volunteers.
Right.
These are volunteers. They get no compensation for it, so this is the way that the county is trying to show the appreciation for what they do.
And with that comes some responsibility on my part. I don't know where I sit as far as legal, walking into a business and asking for a donation, from my perspective. Now, I can send volunteers, soliciting donations and receiving donations, there's specific ORC on that. I don't know it, that's why we have lawyers, so they can tell me what it means, but I don't know if I can go solicit stuff like this. I know that people can donate it, and we can receive donations, but soliciting them is a different animal.
Yeah.
And I guess my thought is, I don't mind spending a little money from the general fund to do something to say we appreciate them, but I want to do something that they will truly appreciate.
That really is meaningful to them,
It
yeah.
really is meaningful. I'm not sure if I ran for Attica, if I would drag my family in for an event that maybe seems political. I don't know. What would they really appreciate? Is this what they would really appreciate, or would it be if we all showed up at their meeting and give them a pat on the back and give them some T-shirts at that time, or?
Take pizza, you know,
I
yeah.
think- Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. What would they really
I
appreciate?
think they appreciate all of those things. I agree with you. I think that they appreciate that personal touch, because that's really what EMS is about, is personal care. We come to your house to take care of you, or to your car accident. It doesn't get more personal than that. So I don't think they appreciate saying, well, hey, guys, from Attica, we're gonna have you come over here with Bascom and have a party with us. They don't like that. So I'm trying to do it at Hedges, so that it's non-denominational as much as possible.
I believe what it does, it brings in the camaraderie. I see that, I mean, I see that with our business. It brings in people, let's face it, Attica is separate from Bloomville. You got all these professionals that are really that are separate from everyone else. They're their own little entity. This way you bring them all together under a common goal. They all they all love the same thing. You bring them together where they kind of pat each other in the back, and their families are there, and it's a family. I see a tremendous amount of advantage to it.
You think they'll come?
Absolutely, they will. Now, on such a late notice, I don't know, but you know.
And what's the dates of the Attica Fair?
Well, I don't know, I didn't look at that, I didn't cross-reference.
Middle of August.
So it's the week, about the week after that, probably.
Absolutely.
So
I think
they're
there's
August,
a-
either
break, so
August
5 through
4th
9.
or August 17th.
So they would be
Two days
fourth.
I
They'd
have,
be moving
August
into the
4th
fair.
at the park,
Yeah,
or
well, or
August
yeah,
17th
6 through
in
9, so
Meadowbrook.
yeah, they-
Sunday afternoon, if it's a bright sunshiny day, absolutely, with swimming and the kids and all that environment, absolutely, and it's
I
a
just hope that
great
we can
morale
pull the
builder.
resources together to do it, and that's my concern, is making sure that I got enough guys to come out and help me set this thing up.
And you know what? We'll have to be there.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
will have to be, and you know what? It would be if we flip hamburgers or, I mean, get up with their aprons on and,
Well, and
like,
that-
we're
that goes
serving,
to-
we're serving the volunteers.
And that